Okay. Hi guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the second episode of A Cambridge United podcast. We only decided to call it this because we haven't got a name still. So today I've got Lily as per usual now, and for the first time ever we've got a guest on. Hi Leon.
Hello, how are we?
Yeah, not too bad.
Good.
Welcome to a podcast. This is I think it's the first podcast you've probably ever been on.
My first very podcast, yeah.
Did you listen to many? Did you listen to the last one?
I did. No, I didn't. It was on my list of things to do, and I will get there.
So you've got great prep for this one then.
Busy boy.
So I think the best thing we can do, instead of just talking about what happened last time, other than Wilson stealing the show, I mean, if anyone's watching, well, I should think you're all watching it, you'll see there is no Wilson in the corner anymore. That is because I have decided to kill him.
Rest in peace.
No, actually he's being the guard dog. He's guarding the front door in case anyone decides to come in. So, Leon, I know how much of a massive Cambridge United fan you are.
Of course.
What was your thoughts on last season?
Last season, well, great achievement for him, really, wasn't it? Fantastic achievement for him. Expected mid-table to lower end.
Definitely not what we got.
Yeah, to be promoted, I think is a huge achievement for the city as well as the club. It's going to be a hard step up, isn't it? League One.
It's going to be a massive step. I think the goal for this season is don't get relegated.
Don't come back
Yeah,
down.
absolutely.
Don't come back to League Two. We don't want to be back there. It's like the conference. You go down, you're going to struggle getting back up.
That's it. No one wants a midweek drive to Stevenage, do they?
St Evanage.
That's an Evanage posh version. Yeah.
Well, we touched on what you thought about it, didn't we?
Yeah, I think so.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Just
We're up.
Surprising. More than anything, I think. I didn't expect it.
I don't think many people did they?
Well, and like I said last time, you've got a manager that's never been a manager. He's the youngest manager ever the youngest manager currently of the EFL.
Yeah.
No prior experience, an aging squad, an old Wes Hoolahan. On paper, it doesn't look particularly brilliant, does it?
Yeah, I mean, Wes Hoolahan on paper maybe for his age, but I mean, you always knew that he was a good, technically gifted player. To step down.
To be fair, he's probably still going to be bossing it in League One.
Yeah, I reckon so.
I hope so. We can hope.
Just got to see what the adjustment is with the others stepping up, really.
Well, because the biggest news falling from the camp over, I think it was the last week or the week before, is Mullin's gone. He's decided, thanks Cambridge, I've knocked in 32 goals for you this season, I'm on to bigger things.
I don't blame him personally, but...
Don't look at me.
What's your opinion?
I think the biggest sort of thing is no one can blame him for leaving, but the only way people would be happier for it is if he'd gone to Championship level, from what I've been reading. You don't want him to leave and then go to Plymouth or even go down back to League Two. What's the point? If you've got banged in 32 goals for the season, why not try a league above? And then if you fail, you just drop back down. I guess it's not as simple as that, but...
I mean, I think the trouble is that obviously he's leaving on a massive high. You know, other clubs are going to be looking to secure his services for the season. 32 goals is a huge achievement for any professional league. Yeah, the trouble is that, wherever he goes, will he fit the bill for the club? Will he fit the bill for the players? Will he fit the bill for the formation? It's anyone's guess now. I mean, it worked. Everything worked in favour for him at Cambridge. Will everything fit in place wherever else he goes?
Has he put himself in like a bad position? He's banged in 32 goals. He's going to another club. People are going to be expecting straight away for him to go, boom, you need 10 goals in your first 12 games or something like that.
Yeah, and that's the thing, and on top of that, you've got to look at can he deal with the stress levels of, as a player, dealing with that if he goes for a goal drought for 3-4 games whilst he's trying to adjust. It's very easy for supporters to turn against a new player who can't score in 4 or 5 games and say, why have we bought him? But I mean, good luck to him. I just know that possibly, if I was lucky enough to be in that situation, then maybe I'd stick with what I know for maybe another season. But
Doesn't help he's getting older though, does it?
how old's he now?
He's only 26. He's the same age as me.
Is he?
Yeah, he looks like he's about 40. Well,
I actually thought he was a lot
well,
older.
I'd say he looks a bit more like Leon's age, but in his
27.
in his 60s.
I actually thought he was a lot older than that.
No, I looked it up the other day, and apparently he's
Oh.
not long turned 26.
Oh, I'll take that back then.
Well, I mean, so he's in a way. I think he's just sort of hit his prime, isn't he? Really?
Yeah, I think, was it between
26 and
20,
30.
Yeah, 29, 30. And yeah, I mean, he's clearly aspiring to make the step up, and good luck with him.
Yeah.
Good luck to him.
I mean, the only thing I wish we got was a little bit of a fee for him.
Yeah.
We could have easily sold him for maybe 500,000, if not
Yeah.
more. Considering, if I can segue into another transfer, Uche Piezu. Does anybody remember him?
No.
Yeah, I
So-
loved him.
It sort of goes on to what he said about
Yeah.
fans getting into players that don't score goals. He didn't score many goals for us. Big bloke,
Oh.
high built.
He was nice.
He was a unit basically. Didn't score many goals for us, but he went on to from us. He went to Hearts.
Yeah.
Got Player of the Season, and I think he was like third or fourth highest top goal scorer in the Scottish League.
It's about right.
But it doesn't say much though, does
Be a
it?
centre half in English football and be a top scorer in the Scottish League.
Yeah, and then he got he got a championship move to once Hearts got relegated. He got a championship move to Wickham,
Wow.
and yesterday Wickham sold his contract to Middlesbrough for £1 million.
It's not bad for town.
Considering
Wow.
we got him on a free and no one wanted him
No.
from Watford,
Yeah.
and he's managed to somehow bag £1 million move to Middlesbrough to work under who's Middlesbrough manager?
Absolutely no idea.
He was the old Cardiff manager.
Well, there's a lot of those.
Not
No
Mick
clue.
McCarthy. It was he was a bloke that got
Mackay.
Cardiff into the Premier League recently.
Oh God, no.
I can't.
Google it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to Google it because it's gonna be on my. Oh God, I broke my laptop. It's gonna be on my head now.
On your head.
Yeah.
In your head.
Who was that?
Who's vibrating? It's not me. Neil Warnock.
Oh, of course, yeah, he took over the back end of the season, didn't he? Yeah.
Because everyone thought Middlesbrough were going to go up last season and
No idea.
didn't quite
No,
do very well.
Do
Didn't do
very
much.
well.
I mean, they did a Brighton.
No one does a Brighton better than a Brighton.
So, Leon is, as you can tell, he's a massive Cambridge fan, but he's also a Brighton fan. I mean, worst of both worlds, innit?
Born and bred. Got to support where you come from, haven't you?
There's not a lot of people that do that. I guess we're the three people that I know that support their own, or support the teams where they come from.
Yeah. I think it's quite important. I mean, growing up as a kid, I was a Liverpool supporter.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh.
But I think, it's like, growing up in school where everyone picked the big teams, didn't they?
Yeah.
And I, back in my era, I mean, Leals won't know, but there was John Barnes, there was Robbie Fowler, Steve McManaman, Jamie Redknapp, Phil Babb, the Razor Ruddock. I mean, like, who didn't want to watch a Liverpool game?
You've got no idea who he is,
with
do you?
Razor Ruddock, and yeah. Oh, it was great to watch Liverpool. I mean, they still weren't
Winning anything.
winning much. They had Roy Evans as well in charge at times, and yeah, it was good to watch them. It was good to watch them growing up, and back then, Brighton's fortunes were up and down. Then the selling of the ground, and then I suppose really I got into watching Brighton when they is that the rabbit trying to scratch?
No. It's just me. I'm looking at microphone settings.
Okay. Yeah, and then I started watching Brighton when we had our massive fall from grace, when Toys R Us were built on the old Goldstone ground, and yeah,
That's so showing
yeah,
us.
and look, we're Toys R Us now. but yeah, travelling to go and see them at Gillingham Football Club.
What they played at Gillingham's ground.
Yeah, we ground shared with Gillingham.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I didn't think many pro men's clubs did that until I saw Coventry most recently do it.
What were we? Division. We were like the equivalent of League 2, Division 2 at the time, I think.
Oh, this is going back a long way.
Yeah.
I've only ever known it as the Football League.
Hmm. And
Or back when it was the N Power League.
yeah, all right, don't make it too awkward.
That was way before me.
Jesus.
Keep forgetting Lily's the babby.
She is a little bambino. Yeah, and then what was with Dean Stadium, which was just purely an athletics track with. Well, originally, before Brighton took over with Dean, it had American football played in the middle.
Oh my god.
But that was cut up.
So yeah, behind the goals, the American football goals, is that what you call it?
Apparently.
Are they
Posts.
American football post goals?
I thought they were goals.
I haven't a clue.
Don't know.
Yeah,
got a clue.
they would overhang behind the goals either end.
Of course, so on the rare occasion someone would probably smack it and hit one of them posts.
Yeah, and then of course, like most of the home supporters would be on, I suppose, like the 100 metre and then the 300 metre straights on those terraces, and then of course where you had like the 200 metre
Oh yeah.
and the 300 metre the curves,
Yeah.
like the away supporters would be all the way past that. And then in a stand which had no cover, so when it poured hard with rain, it was just miserable. But then again, it took like 2 years before they sort of built stands properly. It was
Sounds a bit like Sutton's ground.
It was hideous. It was hideous. To see my tiny little club turn into something that it is now, and have the Amex Stadium is something quite incredible. And it's very much like a little bit like the sort of Cambridge's story, really, because they've had so many troubles in the past. They've had so many ups and downs.
I bet it's considered a bit of a positive as well, considering your manager didn't want to leave to go to Spurs.
No.
He decided to stay at little old Brighton.
How many others have turned down the Spurs?
Well, there's only about 8 others, but we won't go into that.
That's a poison chalice, that place. But yeah, exactly. And when you have, I suppose, coaches like Pep Guardiola give him the praise that he deserves as well.
You can't be doing that much wrong.
Well, going to be possibly one of the greatest English managers, up and coming managers there is.
Is he a Southgate replacement? So I wouldn't go that far.
Well, no, I would.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Give him a few more years. Of course, he's only, he's still only young. I think it's important to have young English managers come through, and especially sort of take over management and coaching staff for the international team, for the national England team. But I don't quite want him going yet, and Southgate seems to be doing a pretty sterling job at the moment. So
Somehow, and yet all people that I've spoken to just slag him off.
which
plays
one?
Southgate. Just apparently plays too defensive. I mean, I questioned the team that he picked on. I can't say when it was because, the Germany game. I would give the date, but by the time this has gone out, England have already won the Euros.
Oh yeah, true.
It's gone on.
I'll call it now. I called it from the start. I think Italy will play England in the final, and Italy will beat us 2-1.
Nice optimism. I like it.
I've picked it from after the first 2 games. And I don't know why. It's just something that I woke up with in my head one night,
Brilliant.
and I'm sticking to it. And it seems to be getting a bit closer and closer because I thought Italy. I said it was Belgium to lose as well.
Yeah, I said before the tournament started, I think Italy, when you've got some of the old sort of like seniors playing at the back for Italy, regardless of them being a bit aged, I think they help. They're going to help a lot of the youngsters through, and that's what they seem to be doing.
It brings the age down having Donnarumma in goal. He's only 20 years old,
Yeah.
and he's managed to somehow go from AC Milan to land a free move to PSG. Well, that's the sounds of things.
An incredible goalkeeper.
I think he'd be better off in the Premier League, to be fair, but better off in League One with Cambridge.
Yeah. You might consider it.
I mean, you can't complain. Well, the keepers are... Well, what keepers are... We haven't even got a spare keeper anymore.
We do, but I don't really think he's not that.
Oh no,
He's
yeah.
not
So
really
we've got
played, or-
Mitov still.
Yeah.
Lily's got great stories about Mitov.
Have you? I always assumed he'd be first team keeper.
Well,
He was.
Did
wasn't
you
he?
ever see
Yeah.
when he first turned up? Because basically, when he first came to us, he just stepped up into, I guess, men's football.
Yeah.
And I think he only played 3 games or 2 games in his first
We
season.
had David Ford, didn't we?
We had David Ford in goal. And by the end of that time, people were fucking sick of Fordy. And Mitov came
Quite
in
working
because I
with
think
him.
Fordy done his shoulder in at one point.
Something like he was getting quite.
And
quite
Mitov came in and he had 2 real big errors. So, you know the sort of errors I make in goal?
Yeah.
They were-
more than 2 though, isn't it?
It's, alright. I'll just cut this bit out, so... There's only 2. But yeah, there was one where I think he's palmed it out in front of him instead of catching it. He's palmed it out in front of him
Yeah.
to a player that was in front of him and just tapped it in. And then there was another one, it was in pre-season, where he's gone to catch the ball, like catch it, scoop it into I know it's the basket,
Yeah.
and it's gone through his arms and through his legs and into the goal. And being a young keeper and hearing fans call for his head in pre-season is scary considering where he is now. He's unbelievable now. But it was more surprising to see Burton leave and end up in Plymouth.
Yeah.
I think it's a good move for him, to be fair.
Who was? I'm going to sound ignorant here, but please bear with me. Who was the young keeper that Cambridge took on from Royston?
Will Norris.
Will Norris. Because I mean, he moved on, didn't he?
He
as
moved
well?
on to Wolves,
Yeah.
and now he's with Burnley, and he played 3 games for Burnley in the Premier League last season.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he was involved in the 3-0 thrashing from Liverpool.
That's-
And that wasn't his best game, let's put it that way.
He's young though, isn't he still?
Yeah.
He's 27, 28 now.
Oh.
I still got what?
He's still got another 10 years. Keepers go to... God, how old's Liz?
39?
Yeah, probably. +5.
So that means she's still got hope for Webby for a long time.
Well, maybe.
Nice.
If she doesn't get poached.
Are we talking like, other clubs?
Oh no, I was just thinking first team. No, then we start talking about Will Norris.
Yeah.
Okay, I like talking about Will Norris.
Little fan.
I'm a number 1 fan.
It's a little bit of a crush there.
I got a bit of Will Norris was my local keeper hero. Just saying that,
Cute.
Shut up. God.
You haven't denied it.
No, I haven't, and I'm not gonna. I remember literally just before he got his move to Wolves, he presented all the awards at our end of season awards.
Oh, okay.
I think we do each year.
Yeah.
He turned up to do all the things, and I was talking to him because we were going off into town drinking as he was leaving, I can't remember. I think I was just talking about the upcoming season. And he
Are you
goes,
sober enough?
I was sober at this point. I hadn't been drinking. I
He
wasn't
wasn't
drink.
hanging off the toilet.
No.
I don't drink that much. I didn't drink that much then as I did that night. I'll segue into that in a minute. But I said to him as he leaves, I was like, see you in pre-season, Will. And he goes, like, it really quietly, it's like, yeah.
Oh.
And I was like, I'd had a bit to drink at that point, so I wasn't bothered about it. And then, like, 3 weeks later, he's landed a move at Wolves, and I'm like, we're fucked then. Because he saved 3 penalties, 2 in 1 game. It was that against Accrington. He saved 2
Must have been
penalties.
ages ago.
2 penalties in 4 minutes, I think it was.
What? How long ago was that?
16, 17 season,
A while ago.
I think. Because I think we played Leeds that season as well.
She was too young to remember.
I was about 14.
Oh, Jesus. Makes me feel old. I wonder what it makes. How does it make you feel?
This is just an ageing vessel. Inside, I'm still like, 18.
I thought you were going to say 9, but
Mentally, maybe. Yeah.
Definitely. Not maybe. Should have seen you on the aqua park last week.
Unbelievable. Love the aqua park.
Oh yeah, I've seen some of the videos about this, but
You just sent some of them.
decided to keep my distance away from everyone.
Love the aqua park. It's one of my faves.
All you could hear was Leon. You couldn't see him, you just hear him.
Oh, I thought you'd just hear people going, ah, bang.
No, most of it was trying to dodge the duck poo.
That's true actually. It's
Yeah,
so
it
much
was
duck poo everywhere.
Awful.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Mm.
So you had to try and tiptoe around it, and then of course, like a mixture of like duck poo and water, really doesn't mix because it just turns into like this
Slosh.
green water.
Lumpy water.
Yeah. And when you're trying to manoeuvre around, inflatables that ideally are trying to throw your balance off,
It goes everywhere.
and trying to tiptoe around watery bird poo.
All you could hear was him going,
Yeah,
I wouldn't expect anything
Me
less.
and
to
Emma were
be
just
fair.
sitting on the side and wetting ourselves. It's so
it was
funny.
awful.
How come you didn't take? I know you're supposed to have your vaccine, weren't you?
I
How
didn't.
come Emma didn't take part? Or did she'd been running?
I think because she'd done a marathon, so she was still recovering.
She
Or
didn't
a
want
half
to
marathon.
didn't want to seize up.
Nah, she's too frightened of me pushing her in.
I think everyone was.
Yeah.
How many times did you get pushed in?
More times than you probably push people in.
How dare you? Not at all. Deny that. Don't think I ever went in once. I did get pushed in. I mean, there was a gang of them. There was like a gaggle of them, and they did try and viciously attack me. And luckily, I managed to fall off of one inflatable and land with my feet on one platform and my hands on another platform.
Formed a bridge.
So you
I
literally like a bridge.
essentially formed a human bridge. So managed to save myself. So that doesn't really count, does it?
Well,
I have to be fully submerged.
I thought if you just fall over, well, you have to put your hands out to stop you. Then you're falling over.
No, you've got to be you've got to be in the water, haven't you? Completely.
Oh, I suppose.
My stomach barely touched the water. It barely glanced the water. When I
I
landed
didn't think your
as
belly
a
was that
bridge.
small.
It is. I suck it in, especially with those wetsuits on. I mean,
Wetsuits and the life jackets.
they, yeah,
They do
that's
the
not a
trick.
fashion statement.
You all looked so good.
I know. I've been working out.
Walking on your treadmill while watching telly.
I have been, yeah.
I
I
did-
haven't actually because I've damaged the back of my knee.
Aww.
Yeah. So
How's the shin now?
the shin. Jesus.
What?
Isn't it?
Still crying about
Look
it.
at that. The bruising's gone down. Do you see that?
Walked into a tow bar, wasn't it?
Yeah. Trailer hitch.
They do hurt.
They do. Yeah.
Oh, don't give him sympathy.
I was
No,
trying-
they hurt, but
I
I'm
was
not
trying-
giving him that sympathy. I've done it
I
before.
was trying to explain the sheer amount of pain that I suffered, and trying to put it in comparison, and it was along the lines of giving birth whilst being amputated.
Okay, that maybe is a bit too much. Well,
I think completely justified.
To be fair, I can't talk. I often bang my arm on the door and go, fuck. And then I'm trying to get sympathy off the missus for the rest of the night. It don't work.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
don't work.
see, I didn't. I climbed into the van very quietly because no one was out the
It's like
front.
I shed a tear.
Because it was.
I did. I shed a little tear.
I can imagine his face just getting very red. Going,
No, I didn't even swear. My brain couldn't even pull a swear word out. I mean, it was just, Have you ever seen Family Guy?
I always watch Family Guy.
Yeah. So when when he falls over, or Lois falls over, she holds her knee like, and it was like that in the van. Apart from I had this overwhelming sick feeling of. It was more like I feel the tears coming as well. It was.
We watched Family Guy last night, and they were actually taking the piss out of British people, and they were doing that same thing. Apart from they were going, bugger.
That's literally you.
That was me. It was horrific. I've never felt anything like it before in my life.
I can probably only compare it to walking into a fork from a forklift.
That would really hurt.
That does hurt.
Yeah, we should do a podcast on things that hurt.
I mean, we're sort of. This isn't
I've got
about.
so many.
To be fair, this isn't really
Waking
about
up in the
football
morning, running for 10 minutes. Yeah. See?
sitting very still on a bench.
How many episodes could we do for that podcast?
You just have one. You talk about one, and then you talk about how many times you've done it, and how to prevent it in future.
I mean, I don't think I've necessarily sort of hurt myself too often in my life. I mean, that was pretty bad.
I've been hurt a few times from him.
I had a piece of metal go right between my eyes once. That didn't really hurt.
It's just hot.
It was just, it sliced me right between my eyes. That was quite incredible.
Incredible.
Yeah. I mean,
We
the
were
precision.
Did you have glasses on at the time?
No, I didn't. I wasn't that old.
Silly sod.
Didn't need glasses.
Back in the 1800s.
Well, they hadn't invented glasses then. It's like swords and castles.
It was when he was using slingshots or club.
We're changing the podcast.
We've gone completely off football to
Going
things
down
that hurt. How many
injuries.
times Leon's hurt himself?
Injuries in the History Channel.
I can bring it back to a football injury.
I've got so many of those.
Well, it's other than my knee that I like to brag to everybody. If someone hurts their knee, the first thing I just do is bring my leg out. Yeah, it's not as bad as that.
What happened to your knee?
Do you not know?
No.
I told you. I'm sure I've told you.
Maybe I shut off.
No, probably. Most people do when I talk.
It's like just talking that.
We had a county cup game at
Oh, I do remember this.
Fulbourn,
Yeah.
and I'd been warming the keeper up at that point, and we'd finished warming up, and then what we'd do is we'd go for the final. I think it was 5-10 minutes. You'd go into doing some shooting, and to not kill your keeper, I'd then rotate in.
Yeah.
This was I don't know if you've been to where Fulbourn play. It's just a little wreck. It's a park.
It's just a park.
Yeah,
So
we
yeah.
played there
You played
previously.
there,
yeah. I remember.
And I've gone to make a diving save to my right hand side. I made the save and it looked good, I'll add. But I've come up and I hadn't noticed it cut me knee at this point. And they go, Jim, you're bleeding. I look down, I'm like, I'm alright. And then I set myself up for the next shot, and then there was blood just pouring down my leg.
Was that where that little tiny scar is? Oh, look at that. I never noticed that before.
Yeah, it was pouring out, and I was like, "Oh, can I stay for the game though, at least?" And they said, "No, you need to go to hospital." And there was mud in it and everything, so they had to try and clean the mud out before we wrapped it up. And I had to ride from Fulbourn back home on a motorbike.
Oh.
This was luckily my braking leg,
Yeah.
so I could still shift and everything, and I still had a front brake. But I'm riding down the road with my leg hanging off the side of the bike.
That's your braking leg.
You have to use your feet on a motorbike.
Well, that's the
Yeah,
rear
for your back
is
brake.
it?
I thought
Could you just not use the front brake?
Yeah, I did. I just used the front brake the whole way.
Is there pedals on a motorbike?
Yeah, you got a front brake and a gear lever. Did you not know that?
Did not know
Gears.
that.
To
No,
go
I
up
You
your
got a
don't.
gear
gears.
lever.
No, I just
Don't
thought
have
you
an
did it all.
automatic motorbike. That smells really nice.
Thanks.
Very floral.
I haven't gone a season without an injury.
You're always injured.
Probably doesn't help the fact if I get an injury, I just carry on.
Yeah.
That probably is the thing.
And your newly diagnosed disease.
Disease. Wow.
Condition.
Oh, that's the word I was looking for. Condition.
Disease.
Although
She hasn't got malaria.
I was just thinking disease sounds better.
It does sound better, to be fair.
What's it called?
I can't remember.
Microfialgia. Is that it? Microfialgia.
I can't
It's
remember.
one of
It
them.
just sounds like something to do with algebra.
It's terrible algebra.
I'm actually quite good at algebra.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Next podcast.
I'm not doing a maths podcast. I think me and everyone watching would probably fall asleep in the first 5 minutes.
So anyway, what happened to the knee? I mean, like, I need to find out the
It just got cut.
the
I think.
ending.
Yeah, it was just a
Oh, it's just a
big
cut.
cut. It cut some fatty muscle tissue. And I had to go to... Once I got to the hospital, they took their bandage off and spurted across the room.
Did it?
And I took a photo of it and I put it in the group chat for everyone to see.
Nice.
Because everyone wanted to see for some reason. And
Nice.
I got a photo sent back of my cut with 2 googly eyes on it.
Oh, for
Because it
God's
looked like a
sake.
face when it was... It looked like a smiley face when it was split open. But I had to have 5 stitches in it and couldn't really do anything at work for about 2 weeks.
Oh wow.
But, you know...
Now it's almost completely gone.
Nearly. That's why I let my leg hair come back. Used to wax it off.
Did you?
No.
You're one of them cyclists.
Nah, I don't do cycling. Apart from inside, because I don't want to be one of them people screaming at cyclists and then be one of them out there doing it as well.
No.
Rather do it in the gym where it's nice and safe.
True.
Although someone I know fell off a gym bike the other week.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
What is this podcast?
It's not a football podcast anymore, is it? Realistically. Let's just bring it back to football.
Question though, I feel like you asked me last time.
Okay.
Highlight of the women's team since you've been here. What's your highlight?
Ooh.
Highlight?
We've got a highlight and a low light.
Not gonna lie, probably the
Low light joining.
No, the low light was the night he invited everyone to his pub.
What's your highlight?
The highlight. What, entire season or me just being
Just
here?
since you've joined.
Oh, probably the Aqua Park.
For God's sake.
Love the Aqua Park.
To be fair, Lily's most memorable moment was going to the pub.
Yeah.
No one's actually said anything about football yet.
Right, my highlight. Ooh, think fast. To be fair, you know, I have a lot of highlights. I have more highlights than lowlights.
I can't remember some of mine.
You know, I think, I suppose the excitement of coming back to the club after, I don't know, maybe like a 6-year gap.
Yeah, that was a question I was going to ask you. How long were you here before you decided to jump ship and go to Watford?
Jump ship?
Yeah.
Is that how we call it?
Well, that didn't happen though.
Before the FA decided to tell me on a whim that it's my job to close a centre of excellence down with no support or help in the slightest. Not bitter in the slightest about that, by the way.
I was going to say, isn't that when the club was almost on position of folding? No, that wasn't that far ago, was it?
No. I went to the playoff final against Torquay at Wembley when I was still working.
2008.
When I was still working.
Was it 2008? You wouldn't have a bloody clue.
I was
I'm looking
6
at
if it
you.
was.
Yeah.
It's got it weren't.
Wow. Jesus. I was renting my second house then.
I was 6.
2008. I was 12.
Really?
2002
13?
born.
12 or 13. The only thing I can remember that
Was
season
it?
is
Who was
Hamilton winning his first F1 title.
I mean, there were a fair few decent players, but I think, you know, at the time, but they were massively punching above their weight. But yeah, I remember going to watch the Torquay game, and I was up in a massive court. I was up in the corner of Wembley. We were up on the middle tier.
I thought you were going to say in the executive box.
No, that was later on. That was at Watford.
Of course, it was Watford.
But yeah, I think I remember watching that and then losing, and then going home because I drove down to Wembley with my wife and our neighbours who are massive Cambridge United fans.
I thought you were going to say Ollie for a second.
No, he wasn't born then. And just the disappointment of driving back, knowing that, you know, I was still going to stay. They're still going to stay in the conference. Yeah, but what was the original question? Because I think we
How long?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, how long had you been at United before
So
you left to go to Watford?
I must have been at Cambridge for 5 or 6 seasons.
Okay.
I suppose it was kind of the first major coaching gig after moving up here.
What, coming to Cambridge?
Yeah, and I'd only been offered the job because I used to do some part-time coaching in the community for United, and it was Franco Naka. No?
No idea.
No.
Seriously?
Yeah. I was a Cambridge fan from early 2000s till when they went down, because like my parents couldn't afford to take me to games.
Yeah.
And at that point I was a little kid, you're not interested in listening to the radio.
Yeah.
And I only got back into football
Did you just have to walk 2 miles to collect water as well?
Yeah, I used to go to a well. a well in
You made it sound so sad.
Well, I'm trying to make it sad, because
No,
I've
it's
gone
good.
from that to where I am now.
Carry on.
Being a dick.
I'm there with you.
I'm there with you.
He's picturing it. You can see it happening.
So, yeah.
And then I started following Cambridge again when I got my first job, because Radio Cambridgeshire was on every single day.
Yeah.
And on Saturdays when I used to work, that would used to come on at 3 o'clock, so I'd always listen to it.
Yeah.
And I used to get more and more into it each week. And then I found out, we're actually doing well. And then I tried to get tickets to the playoff final and couldn't. And then from 14-15 is when I've been... My first game was 14-15, was pre-season against MK Dons. That was the first game I remember going back to.
Yeah.
And I've been following them ever since.
Yeah. It's about the same time as me then, really.
Yeah, and I haven't had to get any water from the well recently.
I'm like double the age of you almost.
And triple me.
Yeah, all right. Easy. Cheap dig. So yeah, I mean, it was ex-player Franco Naka took over as sort of director of the Centre of Excellence, and he offered me the role of coaching. I think the under-10s at the time. So I took the role, and it was quite blind really. It was a matter of just having to throw myself out there, and back then we were training at Comberton one night and up at Ely Village College another night on the sand-based stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think I've been on that one.
I mean, I've been there once or twice, but not great.
Yeah, I don't know if it's still there now, because like later on in life, before they shut down, they went to Whitchford.
Mm.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The only one I really remember is Comberton.
And
Yeah.
Clare College?
Huh?
Is it Clare College?
So to play games, we went from playing games at Bottisham Village College on a Saturday morning to Cottenham.
Mm.
We went to Cottenham Village College,
Mm.
and then we had a chap called Darren Wood who come to work with me for a while at the centre, and he was head groundsman of Clare College.
Mm.
And so we ended up moving the teams over to Clare.
You're right.
Yeah, it's just a bit of history with United at Clare College. Remember the FA Cup?
FA Cup, yeah.
FA Cup.
Size,
Pitch too
size.
small. Do you not remember that?
Oh no, she's probably 6 then.
It's actually 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
You were here at that
Yeah.
point. I'm sure you were.
Was that Clare College? What's the one that we used to train
It
at?
was only about 3 or 4 seasons ago.
Not Queen's. It was not. It was the other
I
one.
swear it was Clare College.
Nah, it wasn't Clare. Queen's College. I'm pretty sure it was Queen's.
Mm.
We just played it around. It was out around. It was a field, wasn't it?
And we had like the gym and stuff, and we.
Oh,
You
that's at
remember?
United's training ground.
Yeah, but what's it called? It says something college sports ground.
I just call it training
No,
ground.
I'm gonna
United
have to
training
find
ground.
out. It is. I swear it's Clare College.
It is one of the colleges. I don't think
Yeah.
it's Clare though.
Oh, I thought it was Trinity.
Trinity is where we used to play. Trinity College. That's right. It is Trinity. That's down. I'm trying to think of the road now.
Not a clue.
That's definitely not the name of it. But
It's gonna really bug me.
yeah, it's essentially like it runs up towards Madingley, doesn't it? From the town centre.
Yeah.
Clare College is where we used to train. That's not where the pitch was too small.
What was the one?
Trinity.
Trinity. Yeah,
Yeah.
Trinity,
Trinity
was.
Yeah.
No, I was right.
I missed half that game.
That was interesting.
I overslept and woke up at 1 o'clock. No, I woke up at 2 o'clock.
It's a mad game.
I had to quick scramble out of bed, and I got there at, I think, just 5 minutes before the second half started. Literally go, Jim, where the hell have you been? I was like, been asleep. I was up
such
till
a
3 o'clock in the
mad
morning.
game. So busy.
Mm.
That was the biggest crowd I think I've ever been to for a game.
Oh, really?
For a women's
There
game.
was so many people.
Mm.
It's probably not necessarily equipped for that, though, is it?
Mm.
Well, the pitches weren't the right size,
I
so you
used
could
to-
fit more people in.
I used to play on that pitch when I was under 15.
Really? Was it the one nearest the pavilion?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that one in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they had the replay at Mildenhall
Yeah.
on the slope.
That was a good game.
That was a big crowd as well. But, we don't tend to... Oh, well, you don't really mention the other club in Cambridge.
Yeah, what's the deal? I mean, apart from obviously being in the same city.
I don't really know, to be fair.
Yeah.
With about.
I mean, I don't really want to go too much into it, just because people are listening saying, "Oh, well, he's talking shit."
Yeah.
But I mean, that's what we do anyway on this, isn't it? Really, just talk crap.
Yeah.
We haven't really talked about football that much.
On occasion.
I think it's good that there's a bit of rivalry.
Yeah, I mean, you've
Yeah,
got to have
just-
something. But I was really looking forward to playing Peterborough this season, but they've decided to go to the Midlands League.
I think that may have had something to do with the FA rather than them.
Someone's a bit salty on that.
Yeah.
I want to play Peterborough. We probably
Might have them.
Just
Might have them in the cup.
we could have them
Never know. Depends who gets
because
drawn well.
the first few rounds of the cups are always conveniently drawn, aren't they? Because we somehow have come under Hunt's FA now,
Yeah, that's just down to location of St Neots, isn't it? As being the
Yeah.
base.
but still technically Cambridgeshire though, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it is. But I think their remit covers just overlaps.
Yeah.
I can't believe you don't know Franco Naka. You should Google him.
I don't want it to come up with something really dirty.
Wow. Jesus, what do you think of me?
Well, I have been talking to you for about 3 years.
I'm a grown-ass man. I have children. I'm a responsible adult.
Responsible is not the first word I would use.
Wow, what would you use?
Immature. No, I'm not joking.
Is that him?
No, that's not it.
He's a basketball player, that's why.
No, Jesus. That's definitely not the wrong name.
I was going to say, I didn't realise he looked like that.
There you go. Look at that.
I might know him if I saw him.
But he went out. He retired quite early through injury.
I noticed, believe it or not, right, we googled Franco Naka Cambridge United, and at the top it's popped up saying Macclesfield, Steve Claridge, John Beck, Kayleigh-Ann Burt,
Nice.
David Bridge, Burt, Stadium, and Chris Ledbetter.
Might be the advertising.
Oh, maybe.
That was some good advertising by the club, wasn't it, for the new kits?
Well, I mean, some of the photos that pop up are...
Yeah.
Great
There was-
photos.
There was Kayleigh, there was Crispy and
Faith.
Faith, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Oh, they looked really good, didn't they?
Yeah.
Some great photos, great advertising.
That can segue on to the next one. What do you think of the kit? What do you think of the home shirt?
What's the big deal with the kit? I quite like it.
I hate it.
It's a little bit of a wow, blimey. Hate's a strong word.
Well, actually, I can't say hate.
I
don't.
like the home kit. Away kit's my favourite, the black one.
Yep, which we'll probably never see because the
Well,
FA
because-
National
Yeah.
wouldn't allow
I
it. I think
think-
just due to the referees wearing black. I like it.
I think
yeah,
it
it's
just
a good
looks a
point,
bit
isn't it?
like a checkered board.
I like it. I think it's
If
different.
that
Or
if
chessboard.
that looks like a checkerboard to you, then I would hate to play you at checkers.
I mean, to be fair, you could probably write a story on that shirt.
I like it.
I think I really like it.
Maybe that's what they've done, so people can write the names
It's
on it.
standout, isn't it?
I guess. But although it's been voted one of the worst kits of the season so far.
By who?
I don't know.
People.
People.
The people.
Just the people.
The people.
The
I like
people
it.
have said their word.
I mean, there's been worse kits come out in the past.
But people have... I saw in one of the fan groups, the new third kit, people are saying, oh, it's a bit too German for me.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
What? There's no red on it.
No.
No.
I mean,
I like the kit.
I like the third kit. The third kits are always quite nice.
I think the third kit reminds me of one of the old away kits from about 5-6 years ago.
It looks like they started printing on it and ran
There's
out
an
of
old
ink.
white kit like that, wasn't there before?
Yeah, there
I've
was.
got that shirt
Yeah,
from the 14-15 season.
there you go.
I've got that shirt.
I think
You
that
were
away
6
kit's the
then.
nice. Yeah.
I even got my name on the back of it.
Away kit's my favourite by far.
Really?
The black.
The blackout.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the only one that looks normal. Or what you'd expect a normal kit to look like.
Yeah, you know what? I quite like the old school collar. Something about the old school collars on there.
Yeah,
No,
I didn't... Bear in mind, this is the first time I've actually seen this shirt.
Yeah.
Other than what I've seen, like, a screen grabs.
Yeah.
I mean, the collar just reminds me of a Liverpool shirt.
What's the collar look like?
Liverpool had it quite recently
Yes.
with the collar on it.
Oh yeah. I really like it.
It just reminds me more of one of these.
Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah, I quite like it. I mean, collars were a massive thing throughout the 90s.
What is it at the minute?
90s
Everyone's
football.
going and doing like 90s throwback kits and things like that. I
Because they were decent.
suppose.
They just weren't as lightweight.
God, look at the
Not,
goalkeeper kits.
I haven't actually seen
See the yellow. I like the yellow. The pink.
I haven't seen
Pink
the
one's
Dolly
always.
I've just seen them on the website.
The pink one's always been about though, isn't it?
Oh, I
really?
love the pink
The
one.
pink one's nice, but that yellow is.
I like that yellow.
You can have bees.
I like that.
You can have bees round you during the
That's
game.
probably like more of a winter kit.
Yeah, you see the keeper in the middle. Well, I mean, you see the keeper in the pink as well.
No, but the bugs.
Some of
in
my
summer.
some of my
The
Brighton
yellow one.
shirts that I've bought over the years have been quite questionable. I mean, the yellow and the pink seem.
You're never going to please
Very
everyone though,
reasonable.
so.
Although you can't beat the away shirt from a couple of seasons ago. That blue and white, like, check.
Yeah, that was really
That
nice
was a really
kit.
nice one. And then last year's one just reminded me of St. Neots' home kit.
Oh,
can't even
remind me
remember
which one?
So you've got like 2 dark blue patches and 2 light blue patches.
Oh yeah,
I'll see if I can find
yeah,
it.
I know.
Yeah.
Probably in the bargain basement.
Well, they just raided St. Neots.
Well, didn't we only wear that away kit for the first time against Northampton about
Yes.
2 months ago?
Yeah, it's the first time. It's the first time either
First
team
time
have worn that kit.
Yeah, that one.
That's it. Yeah, because of course they had the cut off, didn't they? And then navy blue, light
Oh yeah.
And obviously that's the one that everyone likes. I wish I got that shirt when it was about.
blue. Surely you can still get one.
Amazing.
Get it
I
on
haven't
eBay.
bought a shirt for years. The last shirt I bought, I gave to an old girlfriend.
Did you?
Yeah. I wish I hadn't now.
Get it back.
Yeah, was
Oh,
gonna say,
I can't.
maybe
She's in
knock on the
Germany.
door. They have the post. They have
They have
They have the post.
they have a postal service in Germany.
I've lost contact with her many years ago.
Yeah, maybe not. Look
It was the only shirt that ever said Jim Bob on the back of it.
Ugh, gutting.
But it probably wouldn't fit me now anyway. It's too big.
What number?
22.
You should have 20, why 22?
22 was a number that I played in when I was a kid.
Oh, you weren't your mental age.
No, I've never been that bright. And 22 was also the number that Lewis Hamilton and Jenson Button had on their cars when they won their titles,
Oh, okay.
their first titles. And that number's just sort of stuck since.
What's your favourite number?
8,
8's always been my lucky number. How did you know
because
that?
it's around your neck.
It's not. It's
I told you, I'm predicting the Euros, I can predict your number.
8 was always my lucky number.
I reckon I know
But
yours.
I also quite like
that
the number
is-
13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say yours is 13.
No,
No.
yours is like.
Is it not?
No.
Oh, I've got. Well,
I swear it's like really random. I feel like we've had this.
I need to get rid of this
conversation
picture of Harry Darling. He's giving me the death stare. Makes me feel uncomfortable.
before. I feel like it's like 17 or 14 or something.
No.
Oh, I don't know then.
Terrible.
7.
Actually, I don't even know if I have
Fuck's sake.
a lucky number. I just thought I'd keep you guessing.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I used to, for all my shirts that I used to collect, see, I went on a bit of a,
Oh, I've done that.
yeah. So I did club shirts for Brighton, and in my wardrobe, I've still got like all my old coaching gear from Cambridge United, including old shirts, including the old one that had the sponsor stuck over top of the old sponsor.
Oh, really?
I'll have to send you a photo of it later.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm trying to think what it was. Do you remember the van rental company next
Yeah.
door
Next.
Yeah.
to the stadium?
Oh,
I
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, on a late, really, I don't necessarily know the whole story, but like towards the start of the season, all of a sudden they had to change sponsors. So what they did was they got the sponsor, and because all their kit had already had the sponsor already on the front, they just put a massive transfer over top of the original sponsor.
God.
So I think you can still see it, the old sponsor underneath it slightly.
Oh, bloody hell. It kind of reminds me of that. Remember that Huddersfield shirt where they had Paddy Power from their
Yes.
shoulder right down to here,
They had to
and then they
take
had
it
to
off,
change their
didn't they,
kits
for legal.
again. They said it was only a promotion for one game, but you know it wasn't.
Oh, really?
Do you know I remember that?
No.
Let me see if I can find it. Well, yeah, but it was a big thing. Yeah, that one. There you go.
It was awful.
Oh,
That was supposed to be their shirt for their, I think, first season in the Premier League.
that is horrible.
No, that was last season,
Why did they-
1920. It just sort of ruins a football shirt, doesn't it? It's like having a sash.
That's it. Yeah.
I've been to a pageant.
Miss
I mean-
World.
Reminds me,
Miss Huddersfield.
Yeah.
Miss Huddersfield.
Yeah.
Just reminds me, just tear it off.
Being politically correct now, I don't know if you can say Miss World or Miss Huddersfield anymore, can you?
Well, their world.
Anyone's world.
Well, we've got the shop opening. Have
Oh,
you seen
yeah.
that?
There is the shop. I
We're
did see the shop opening.
expanding.
Yeah.
I'm
To the
tempted-
Grand
I don't know-
Arcade.
I don't know if it's a permanent thing. I think it's a long term. Like, from what I've seen,
It's
written-
while we stay in League One.
I think from what I've seen written, I feel like someone said it was only until Christmas.
Really?
Oh, really?
But that's just
Maybe it's just down as a trial.
that's
Yeah, I
just
guess it
through,
will just
like-
depend on how much business they do.
I think that's just through people commenting on things.
I'm tempted to
That's what I
go
saw, but-
to it because at the day we're filming this, they open it for the first time at 1 o'clock in the PMs.
Hour and a half.
But I mean, if it's going to rain like this, I might not go because I might. It's,
It's
it's,
gonna be-
easier to go on my bike than it is to go in the car because I get
Yeah.
free parking on my bike.
I think it's a great idea. I mean, Spurs have a shop in Stevenage.
Yeah, they
Spurs
do.
have a
They
shop in
do.
Stevenage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah, they have their own. It's been there for years.
In the
I don't
inside
know
bit
if
of the
it's
shop,
still-
it is still there. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm surprised Norwich don't have one because they're everywhere.
they are everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Spurs shop, official Spurs shop.
Spurs shop in St Evernage.
In the inside shopping centre where that
Yeah.
there's not really anything else in the inside bit anymore.
But yeah,
No.
Stevenage have just got whatever's by the ground.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, but yeah, I think it's a great idea.
I've
I mean,
seen-
the fact that most people are clearly going to be end up going through Grand Arcade more often.
it's good for tour. You'll get more
Because-
tourists go to games and things like that because
Grafton's being sold. Am I right? in
Yeah.
thinking?
Yeah,
I want to make it into like a
Apartments, isn't it?
like all like offices and leisure spaces.
Yeah.
I was hearing it could be a science lab as well.
Yeah, science labs and
Okay.
like accommodation.
I mean, I guess it just depends who buys it though. Because
Nice little
one-
purchase, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Indoor football.
You can just see how much money you got in your pocket these days.
with the jet washing business.
Oh, you know what?
you could offer to clean them every all the windows every week for
Might
the next
have a-
20 years.
I might have a little bit of fluff or lint in my pocket here, but other than that, I've got a couple of quid in the van.
Look, you got your van back now,
I've
haven't
got
you?
the van back, yeah.
White van, man.
Yeah.
I think it'll be good.
Yeah. Well, something good as well. They're selling tickets from there as
Yeah,
well.
match day tickets.
Oh.
So
Okay.
you're going to get loads of, I guess I'd say tourists go through, buy a ticket, goes if they're staying, or even the Tuesday night game, may buy a scarf, buy I don't know water bottles, stickers. I don't care. I don't know, but
Yeah.
go to a game. You've made yourself what 50, 60 quid.
Yeah, and on top of that, I think did I recently read that the directors have submitted £1 million to the club.
£1 million investment. Yeah.
I was hearing
So
about that, but
that's
I
to-
couldn't be bothered to read it. I'm
yeah,
not going to
so
lie.
that's for investment in the stadium as well as
That's
the
just
club
investment
itself.
in general. Yeah.
Are we going to get some of that money?
I don't know. I haven't asked. I wouldn't know who to ask.
Does somebody want to fund me some new cameras for the podcast and some microphones for everybody else rather than just using one big one? That's my plug.
No.
Someone sponsor me, please.
I'd love to have another VO.
Yeah, another
To be
video.
fair,
What
yeah.
happened to
To have
what
one
happened
of
to the
those.
plan of you getting a drone hovering above the
I've
pitch?
got one.
Oh,
Have you?
also
Yeah.
on VO, I have a £200 voucher off VO if you want it.
Do you?
Yeah.
How did you get a 200 quid voucher for VO?
Because they were doing like free testing and you signed up for it,
Yeah.
and so I did it anyway, just because why not?
So
And they
now
gave me
we
a
just
voucher.
need to find £1,000.
But
What, it's 200 quid?
About £1,200, yeah, and then you pay the subscription service.
But would we have to pay that if we've already got one account?
You might have to add another account, so it probably wouldn't be the same.
No, you upgrade
Just
your
upgrade
account
it.
to having multiple cameras.
Okay. But people don't know the VO is, well, my replacement technically, isn't it?
It follows the ball.
Yeah, it follows the ball, whereas I don't.
He sees a pigeon and ooh, look.
That was me when I had to
Bad.
film
So she had to film the
when I
hashtag game.
filmed the hashtag game down in Canvey Island. I was on some scaffolding by the seafront. The camera's like this.
But
I'm
across
trying to follow
across
it and
the
I'm just getting
pictures,
distracted.
across the pictures where hashtag were filming, it was lovely. It was an all enclosed like little building and everything.
I got
It's
distracted.
on some
I just
scaffolding.
kept getting distracted by the ships sailing past.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, and the ball's that way, and I'm like, oh,
Ooh, boat.
Oh, pigeon.
that's my video's a lot better.
Yeah. To be fair, the VO doesn't lose the ball unless someone else kicks one onto the pitch
The
by
only,
mistake.
Yeah.
only annoying thing is if the camera gets wet.
There is that, yeah. I mean,
Because it filmed our game at London Bees, and
Yeah.
half the pitch you can't see because there's a water droplet on the camera.
It needs like a little
It
screen,
needs
like a
like a-
little hat on it.
yeah. Yeah.
Maybe.
They
Try
I
and do
know
that.
there's companies out there like Capture Mask, which I follow.
Yeah,
we were
I
gonna
follow that.
we were gonna try and do a capture mask before we got the VO.
And really, really good. A great unit. Of course, it needs to be manned.
Mm.
I think that's the only upside with Vio is that it's unmanned. You just plug it in, fire it up, and leave it alone.
Yeah.
Well, if you can plug it in, it took us a while down
Yes.
at Norwich.
I think that was just.
We couldn't get the thing on.
I think that was user error.
Oh, I thought you were having a dig at his internet for a second.
No, we just couldn't get it on the stand.
My internet.
But I mean, it can't be as worse as mine.
No.
Yet.
At least I have internet.
I've got internet. Just
Got like some weird mast.
yeah, it's
hanging out
just
the
as
window.
you just get it. It's as fast as the crow flies.
Yeah, you live closer to Cambridge. I live closer to nothing.
The fields.
Yeah. Then again, my
And I almost
nearest.
have fibre up to the house.
You
It's
have
on the
no
pole, just over
I've
the
got
road.
fibre outside my house. It's just not connected yet for another week.
Ooh,
Bless you.
Thanks, BT.
that thing is.
Mark Wilson has been more interested in that BT than I have.
Really?
The BT box is on the floor by the little unit out there,
Yeah.
and he just stands there and nibbles the box.
Nice.
I think he wants the box once they're finished with it.
So, what are you looking forward to? Towards the new season?
I thought you were just going to say life in general.
Oh, God, no.
What?
Spending my every other evening with you on a pitch.
That's nice of you to say.
I thought, is that the right answer?
Oh, that's a nice thing to say, isn't it?
That's a nice thing, but it wasn't the true one.
I appreciate it. What is the true one?
I don't have one.
No.
Just
appreciate every
try and
moment
enjoy the
spent with
season.
me.
Just try and enjoy the season, I suppose.
It'd be nice to have a full season.
Yeah, it would be nice to have a full season.
With some new teams, I think, in the league.
Who?
Yeah.
Who has
New
come up to
addition.
the league this season?
got City
So
now,
for the
haven't they?
first team, they'll have QPR in their league
They're fine. They're always on the knife edge of coming down.
and Harlow.
Oh,
And Harlow have come up, haven't they? They've made some signings this
They
season.
have made some incredible signings.
who
this
have we
season.
got in the Debs?
Devs.
We got West Ham, haven't we?
Have
We did
so,
have West Ham last year.
so we
which
have-
didn't
We've got Tottenham again this year.
Oh, brilliant. Not again.
Yes. So we have Tottenham. We have West Ham. We have City.
There was someone else I can't remember.
City are finding the Dev League.
Yes.
I'll find it on.
Stevenage.
Okay.
Stevenage Devs will be coming in. So I think it's a positive sign
'Cause they've-
for them.
They've been in County League for years, and all they do is win their games by 10, 11.
Yeah.
But
Where's
they're not going to learn much from that. sort
No,
of league.
no. I think
Here
that
we go.
step up. I think that step up is needed for them.
We've got.
However, they took London City Lionesses out of our division and stuck them in the southwest. So they play Portsmouth, Southampton,
London City. Is it because they kept complaining?
London City have got Bridgewater, Chichester.
So they have southeast and southwest, which surprises me considering they are from Dartford.
Is it because people kept complaining
Yeah.
about them playing first team
So they've got
players?
to go down to South.
Yeah, but that's the trouble is that every team we face, they end up sending down about 6 or 7, or maybe not even that. Maybe I'm being a bit excessive, but they'll send down a vast amount of first team players if their first team games aren't on. And although I don't mind that because I think that's challenging for my young players, she was
What,
still a baby.
little ones?
Yeah, she still is really. But I think it's a great challenge for them. Although there's moments where, especially when I first started at Cambridge, we were getting heavily beaten by the likes of London City Lionesses. But I mean, when you have an England under-21 playing against you.
Against 16-year-olds.
And then
season
a selection of first team players out of the Championship.
Because their setup is full time, isn't it? Their first team.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're always going to struggle against that.
So although I find it a good thing, I mean there has to be a common ground where clubs aren't setting themselves up to send a load of first team players down, because clearly you're leaving development players out of it. You're going against everything that you believe in for a development squad, and that's for a young squad to develop, not for a young squad to stay at home whilst you send 5 or 6 first team players down.
I mean, even if you're going to do that, your first team players should ideally be, I think, be sitting on the bench because your development players are your most important ones.
It is what it is, and I can moan about it all I like, but it will never change.
No.
It'll never change because you know, there's still too many coaches out there that are win at all costs development.
So there's no rules against it. They're going to keep doing it.
No, they'll sit there and tell you that they're all about development on a podcast somewhere down the line. But the fact is that if they've got a chance to fill it with first team players to get a win, they will.
Yeah. Well, sticking with women's football, what are your thoughts about Ipswich going not only upper league but they've gone full time as well, haven't they?
They have, yeah. I mean, good on them. Good on them. I mean, you know, if Ipswich, you know, as a club, can take their female team on full time, then that's a great sign. I still found it a little bit difficult to understand that they put their reserve team, or they put a reserve team in the FA National Devs League, I believe. Am I right in saying?
What,
you might have to cut that out rather than a WSL league.
Have they gone straight up to Championship, or have they gone just to the league above?
League above.
There's no Ipswich in this.
No, their reserve side are in the WSL Reserve League.
Have a look. You
Have to
have to Google it somewhere, because I am certain that they're playing there. You might have to cut this massive chunk out, because it might just be completely wrong. But I'm sure I heard that they're going in there.
I thought Ipswich always had a
But
side in the WSL
they were
Reserve
part of the
League.
WSL Academy.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah,
The academy,
yeah.
maybe not the Reserve League. Because Ipswich have.
Search their Twitter.
Hmm?
Search their Twitter.
Hmm.
To be fair, ever since I've been here, Ipswich have been a solid club.
Yeah, and they have. I'm not going to lie. There's 2 or 3 of those that have come out of Cambridge Centre of Excellence. You know, that had been, you know, admittedly, you can't say that the Centre of Excellence made them to what they were.
But you could like to claim
But
that.
you know, we spent a fair chunk of their youth with us, and yeah, I mean, it just goes to show. You know, it goes to show that, you know, the Centre of Excellence, although, you know, we were told that the reason we were being closed down was because we weren't producing enough international players along with Norwich. You know, the fact is that the standard of football definitely stepped up. You know, there's a lot of Centre of Excellence players that are playing at Cambridge City, and you know, with all respect to them, look how well they're doing.
Yeah.
And the FA National League, it's a testament to clearly what the structure was, and you know, they've just helped that along. Cambridge United have had Centre of Excellence players. Ipswich have had Cambridge Centre of Excellence players. It's interesting to see that it worked. It worked for a long time,
But it hasn't recently.
Well, no.
We end up with the likes of Lily.
Yeah, well, that's it. That's the trouble. It's non-existent. We have to.
It's bitching about me.
We have to. No, of course not.
No, I wouldn't do that.
We have to rely on a lot of sort of grassroots clubs,
Mhm.
and you know, reputation.
Found it. Their tweet says Town are set to launch a development side that will join the FA Women's National League reserve section from the 2021-22 season.
Oh, there you go. So
But it's
they'll
not
have
on
the
this
WSL Academy, and then they'll have
But
another.
it's not on this.
Yeah, and then they'll have another one in the national. That's fair enough.
Oh, it is. It's in ours.
There you go.
I'm just blind.
Yay, trip to Felix though.
Oh. But we've got hashtags as well, so.
Oh,
Yeah.
Canby Island.
And then we've got West Ham.
Oh, jeez.
But I think that the good thing about the National League is that you are playing good standard football.
Mm.
I like it, the fact now, especially in the development league, where you've got teams that are known, because very well previously beforehand when we were in, I think it was the county league, you weren't playing teams that are well known. You're playing the likes of who was it in there? It's like I can't even remember, but they were only local teams.
Yeah.
You weren't attracting players because of the teams you were playing.
Yeah.
Like now we're playing the likes of West Ham, Tottenham.
I think a lot of the time
They're big names.
there's sort of 3 main reasons why a player would come to a club, and that is A, because of reputation. Whether it be reputation of the club or the coaching staff or whatever it be. The second one will be, the opposition that they play against. What league are they in? Is it a good step up for them? You know, and that's really important. You know, I think a lot of players, if they aspire to play at the highest possible level that they can, then whether, you know, a club like us become a stepping stone for them moving onwards and upwards, or whether, you know, actually they do it because of the love of the club, then yeah, no, it's only a good thing, isn't it? It's especially to come in and play, you know, the likes of West Ham.
Yeah.
I think, you know, without sounding horrible, but, you know, essentially for a female club to go, we're playing West Ham this weekend. You know, I think it's a big thing, you know, and even playing Watford, you know, they're all good, a fantastic standard of football. You know, it's rarely that you ever see any club at this level just lumping it over the top and running onto it. It's about technically educated players.
That one's just no, he's having a dig.
I'll write that down.
There are the occasional clubs that you come up against that might employ that, and then there might be the occasional club that, you know,
That do it when they're not supposed to do it.
with 5 minutes to go, they, you know, we're 2-1 down, and they decide to just put the ball in the corner and hold it up. Again, I'm not bitter about those clubs.
I can tell.
Yeah, just play the game. If you're that good, you wouldn't have to play into a corner.
Are you going to be going to games next season?
Me?
Watching them?
When I get time, yeah, definitely. I'd like to. I just, you know what? I always worry that I'm like a bad omen.
You can come stand with me in the
I'll be
Newmarket
there.
Road.
I'll be there every home game.
She's just got a new job.
I've got a new job there.
Have you?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
She's got to wear a suit and tie.
I'm working in a hospitality vet on reception.
Are you?
Yeah.
What's your posh voice sound like?
No, you'll find out if you want to come in. Little
Well,
plug.
Excuse me,
look
sir,
at me.
you-
Do you honestly think that this is going into hospitality?
No, Leon just wanders in. Right, Lil.
It's like Club
Yeah.
Cambridge and Executive Lounge.
Nice. I have been in hospitality before, and it's.
Because I used to be the
quite posh.
mascots. But
You could be a mascot.
I know, they're most of my tournaments.
Small enough to be one, aren't you?
Not that small.
You used to kick the ball into the skip,
Yeah.
or mix skip.
Is that still going
I
on?
always fancied having a go at that. It looked
It's
really,
really,
fun.
hard.
They made it really easy at one point.
We talked about this, didn't we?
They
last
put a
time?
back. Yeah, we've talked about it. They put a backboard on.
How did
And
they?
then
Yeah,
all
so you
had
had
to,
the-
and
you
it was
had-
like flimsy. So all you had to do was
So
hit
it
the
just
back and it like
Hit the backboard and it just stopped dead and drop in.
Oh, that was a great idea. I quite enjoyed watching that.
No, and it was such a pain to move. Oh my god,
that
it's
heavy, was
so
it?
much heavier than it looks.
It's not like a real skip though, is it?
Oh no,
I
it's
know, they're
wood.
very
but-
heavy.
You just have a lorry come in every time to load it and unload
And
it.
when it's like wet and you slip it out, I hate it. So I can get away from that now. Hopefully.
I know something we can talk about. Shall we?
I'm scared.
Shall we talk? Shall we mention the?
Crazy look in his eye.
Mm.
Should we mention the trip to Leon's bar? I said I wouldn't mention it until he was here.
I don't
Yeah.
think we should ever mention that.
Because I miss most of it.
I think it's a little bit like
As
Fight
soon
Club.
as-
You never talk about Fight Club.
As soon as beer pong ended, I actually left.
Yeah,
And that's when it all went downhill.
past
Do
curfew.
you know what? I wish I could have done that. I wish I could have left and gone somewhere else.
Anywhere else?
Yeah, but then that stark realisation that,
That didn't.
oh, I live here.
You did leave because Ollie was ill,
Ollie was ill,
You
and yeah, and
disappeared
I had
for quite
to.
a lot of it.
Yeah, I had to.
and that's when it got even worse.
It's sod's law. Poor lad was really rotten that night, and you know he'd been fine in the lead up to that, and it was like, you know, within the space of a couple of hours he was really ill.
Mm.
But yeah, that was horrific. I'm not gonna lie.
Hence the Secret Santa present that you
Yeah.
received.
Did I tell you that's come in handy quite recently?
Oh.
It fixes everything. Yeah, he's been sick in like quite a few times.
No, my sister-in-law's been sick in it,
Oh, why are we having this conversation?
and I have used it to catch all the coolant that fell out of my car the other week because I had a coolant
Yeah.
leak.
You could do some oil changes in it.
Yeah, it's come in handy so many times.
Could do oil change.
I'm
and be sick
still
at
yet
the
to
same
eat my
time.
beer nuts though.
You're not eating them yet.
No, not yet. They're in the cupboard, in the shit cupboard.
Yeah, well, you put them in the shit cupboard.
That's where the bucket was until it started smelling.
Put put my Christmas
Oh!
I was waiting for Liz like.
Oh, really? That was an eventful night,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah, you left when it was still tame. You left when it was. I know you. We did play beer pong.
I played beer pong and then I
Because we
left.
played that after we played around the world.
Because I
the
think
world.
that's probably what made you worse, is that every time it was a drink for me, you drank it.
I did that for pretty much everyone though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I kept
everyone
'cause
stitched you up.
Rousey was
Everyone.
playing as well, and Rousey was on my team. The only people that were drinking on my team, I think it was Gemma. No,
Jem was. It was me, you, Chloe, and Rousey. On
yeah,
one team.
and me and Chloe were the only ones drinking, and yeah,
I
it
think
didn't go
that's
very
what.
well.
It was horrific.
I don't think it helped because I was mixing everything and anything and everything.
Was
And
it really that bad?
I'm never going to get the porcelain back from my toilet. He melted most of it off.
I don't think I had much of my stomach lining left.
Yeah.
Were you sick a lot?
I was I was sick from about like 11 o'clock in the evening right through till like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Just constantly like.
Yeah, and then I woke up at 2 o'clock. Gemma came in and goes, I need to go for a pee. Then I stumbled outside to my car, got my sleeping bag out of my boot, and I can't walk back inside. I just collapsed on my passenger seat with my sleeping bag over my head.
Oh my god.
I somehow managed to collapse the seat though, so I was laying flat with my seat on the driver's seat, and I was like, ah.
So I've decided.
I mean, yeah, did you have to clean it all up?
No, I was sick in the toilet. There wasn't like I was sick everywhere. Apart from that was
what about the
what.
sink?
I'm not going to lie.
Well, no, that was everyone else.
I'm a bit of a clean freak, so regardless of whether
I've
he
moved out.
hit the pan or not, like I still had to pretty much bleach the walls and the ceiling, and
Don't
everything.
even.
Yeah, but the
so
thing is, it
glad
was
I left.
every-
There were splashes down the side of the unit.
I don't
where the
wanna
sink
know.
was.
It was everyone else though that because I was being sick in the toilet, they were having to be sick in the sink.
It was horrific.
And then I had someone put sick down my hair at one point. Because they were trying to scoop it out of the sink and put it in the toilet.
Oh! God.
Gemma had a handful of it.
No, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
She had both hands submerged in the sink.
Right.
Yeah? Can you picture it now?
You sound like... You know, like, sick's my biggest fear?
Is it?
Yeah.
Some people are afraid of snakes, some are spiders, some are water.
Yeah, that's it.
Lily's afraid of sick.
I personally would have, yeah. One of my
I think
worst
it would have
fears
killed
is-
me.
Yeah,
my
to be
worst fears
fair.
would be like sinking in a submarine.
No.
I mean, if it wasn't for like the 4 half glasses of Jaeger I was having at a time, I probably wouldn't have been anywhere near as bad. But I left it to.
But the sink's got, like, a pluggy thing at the bottom.
I left Gemma
It's not
to.
like a hole.
No.
Oh.
Gemma, did she ever find a retainer?
No. About 6 months later, I
You took it apart.
I took the U-bend piece apart because there was this rattling in the bottom.
I thought it
sink.
might have been it.
I mean, 6 months later, I mean, there's a lot of water and
Yeah.
hand wash that's gone down there since.
But not anything lumpy.
There were no chunks in it. 6 months later, it all washed down, thank God. But yeah, I thought maybe the rattling was her retainer, and
Can you imagine?
yeah, I know. So I took it apart and found stones in there.
I weren't
Now,
being 6 stones.
whoever was vomiting stones
Needs to
really
go
needs
to the
to
top.
take
I mean, it
a
might
look
have
at
been
their
a
own
kid- might have been a-
diet, really.
Might have been a kidney stone.
Could have been the amount that some of you lot honked up into my house was just.
Ollie's
Oh,
not keen to
horrific.
playing with stones, is he?
He used to.
Your
He used
poor
to.
children and wife.
Yeah, I know.
Poor them. I'd have moved out.
What about me?
Well, you were drinking as well, weren't you?
She only had to see you lot for like one night.
Am I invited to your barbecue this year?
Oh, no.
You've got curfew.
Yeah, it's like a barbecue for one. I'm just on my own. No, I am having a
I wouldn't say the date though, in
large
case we get it.
birthday.
Is it daytime though?
It's going to be afternoon and evening, so I think we're gonna do food and.
Not a 7 PM start like the last one.
Oh jeez. I had to come home, get showered, eat my dinner, and then quickly rush out again. It was horrible. But my missus bought me a new. Weirdly enough, that was the day my missus bought me a new book.
Really?
Well,
You
live
still
in
haven't read it?
You
Is it
live in the
self-help
middle of
book?
No. It was called Shag Married Annoyed. Chris Ramsey and Rosie Ramsey
yeah.
book.
Okay.
It's just their stories.
Yeah.
You
I
just
haven't read
live
it
in
yet.
the middle of nowhere.
That's
I
nice,
couldn't even
though,
get a
isn't it?
phone signal.
No, neither could I. My dad sat on the driveway having a go at me, texting me saying that he's here, and I'm like, well, I can't
You need to get
physically.
a better phone provider then. I think that's
I'm
probably
Tesco,
the
that says it all.
I'm Vodafone.
yeah.
My
So
internet
that's-
for here is Vodafone.
What are you?
Sky, he's got Sky.
I'm with Sky now. Yeah, they use but they use O2.
They use Minions to power their internet.
They do, and it seems to work anyway.
Alright.
Seems to work pretty well.
I just can't take you seriously with that mug. Every time I look at it, it says Morning Gorgeous on it. I can't. Every time you've drunk
I was
it,
waiting
I've
for
been
someone to
laughing.
say it, but it's taken this long.
I've been laughing at it the whole time.
It's quite nice.
I was going to give you my friend's mug, but I realised it was still dirty.
Who bought this mug anyway?
My missus brought it for me as a Valentine's present, I think.
Oh.
Don't drink hot drinks.
Yes, thank you.
What is
Neither
it with
do
you
I.
lot on hot drinks?
I just drink mostly Coke. I need to start drinking more water.
No, this
Yeah.
is the drink I'm obsessed with.
What is that?
Yeah,
water?
That's
Love
just
that.
water in there, but
Love that. Just clearly drunk Lucozade before you filled it up with water.
Not sponsored.
And then you're going to reuse a plastic bottle, which the plastic bottle only has a shelf life. So
And then it'll start honking.
yeah,
when you
it's
put
the
it
plastic fumes that sort of essentially get into the water. But
I'm still alive.
You crack on. That's probably why you got your disease.
Probably. I'm just saving the planet.
Who told you that?
Or you could just recycle it and get
I
another
will do
bottle.
afterwards.
Oh, right, okay. Well,
Good chat. On water bottles.
yeah, I am having another get together. It's a large birthday, so
I will not be drinking if I'm invited.
That's a lie.
No, I swear I
You're
won't
going to
drink.
drive home.
Alright, that was enough. I've been like that one other time, and that was when there was an open bar at Works Do. My first ever Christmas do.
Someone's requested, can they bring tents?
Was that Chloe Smith?
God.
I think it was Gemma actually.
Oh.
Might have been Chloe as well.
That's our sort of monthly thing now. Who bullied Chloe at the aqua park?
No, I think she was all right. I think
She bullied you.
no, she don't bully. No one bullies me. Well, they do.
Apart from Emma.
Most people do, but yeah, let's deny it. No, she held her own. I think.
Oh, really?
I love an aqua park.
Can we do something else that doesn't involve water next time so I can get involved?
We were thinking paintballing.
Yes! I will do paintballing. I've never done it, but it
I'm
looks.
wearing a bodysuit.
I
like
can
a
just-
bulletproof
I am
vest
gonna
underneath.
shoot the
I
shit
just-
out of everyone.
I just think it's Roblox.
Oh.
Can we dress up as Roblox characters?
Oh my god, we've
Amazing.
never
Lockdown Roblox.
in real life.
Yeah.
That is something that saved us, I think, through lockdown. And I
Oh, I
can.
miss
I
it.
cannot wait
Paintballing.
when
Oh,
I.
by the way, updates. There's been updates.
Oh my
What,
There's
god.
new
Roblox?
maps.
New maps.
New
We've
maps.
got to play it
New
again.
maps, boys.
I can't wait for when I get my decent internet and I can play Roblox. Because what I was having to do, remember when we played it last time in like January time?
Yeah.
So I was using all the bandwidth through my little.
Oh yeah.
So my missus could not watch Netflix or anything. I felt so bad. I was like, can I play with my friends tonight? Play Roblox with them?
Can I go out to play, please?
Can I go? But I didn't want to be that person that's like, I'm just going to do it. And then
Yeah.
she's trying to watch Netflix or something and she can't get on anything.
See, that's where you go wrong. That's where you go wrong. I mean, like, married life is going to be terrible for you, clearly. Because that's where you just go straight onto Roblox, and then
First
when
come,
she
first
goes,
serve, isn't it?
Netflix isn't working.
Have you not
go-
noticed my Xbox?
You
is
just
there?
you just go. I don't really know. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I think I've got bad internet as well. Just blame the internet each
No,
time.
I don't think that'll happen, especially with fibre to the house.
No.
They've said it won't be
Oh no,
slow.
it'd be amazing.
Look forward
Amazing.
to it.
That's the trouble with living out in the sticks is that
Well, trying to upload the podcast takes long enough. I had to leave it on upload overnight to do it, to upload it.
it's like with me uploading VO.
VO.
It's like a week at times
We get the VO like 6 months later.
until
after the
I
game.
get it right, and then when I get it right, it's like 2 days.
God. Rapid.
I'm so glad I don't have to do that.
We'd never get the videos.
I'm just glad I'm the one that edits it rather than has to upload it.
Yeah. I don't even know how you edit it. I just upload it, and
Just
that was a struggle.
Do you have to edit the VO?
if I'm doing highlights, I do. Yeah.
Oh.
Not for the devs.
Nah.
Just leaves it.
When it's an actual season, when it's an actual game,
Yeah.
worth something.
Yeah. Every
Yeah.
game's worth something.
What, friendly?
Yeah.
They're never friendly, so
No
are they?
such thing. No such thing. Hey.
I think we should
No
probably...
such thing as a friendly war, is there?
Friendly war.
Yeah. So why would there be a friendly football game?
I can see where you get...
There we go.
It just keeps making me sneeze.
I can see where it comes from now on when he plays paintballing on Roblox.
Exactly.
No, it's your daughter that winds me up.
She's 13.
I can imagine it. Playing Roblox, we all come on. Leon's playing on a team with himself, Ollie, and what's your
Becca.
girl?
Becca,
Becca, that's
yeah.
the one. They're all on a team together, and I can imagine all them three
Would
would
kill
just
us all.
destroy us all.
You know what? I haven't played in a very long time.
Oh no, but if we had Webby, we'd be alright. She got on level 100 in about
She
3
is
days.
100, yeah.
She's got too much time in her hands.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't been on Roblox.
I don't even think I've got the app anymore. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
It's there. It's actually, for me, it's actually there on my taskbar.
Yeah, that's it.
I
Yeah.
don't think I do.
I don't know
So
why it's
worth
in
it.
there. I thought I took it out, but
Yeah.
don't play on it as much.
Maybe through this podcast, you know,
No, I don't.
Get
have
Roblox
it.
sponsor.
Roblox might sponsor us.
Oh, the dream is
Some-
just to have any sort of sponsor.
Some quality gaming for children and adults alike.
Although it's mainly meant for children.
We
And
will.
adults.
I'm trying to think of the adult child. An adult child.
An adult child, man-child.
That's the one. That's the word I'm thinking of. My head just goes blank when I do this.
Yeah.
Adult child.
Adult child.
You know, one of those adult childs.
Shall we do one final segue, or one final topic, and see what his reaction is?
Yeah, because I have no idea what you're going to say.
Sounds
So it's
interesting.
What have I been talking about this week briefly with you on TV? What have you been watching?
Oh yeah.
If you mention idiots on an island,
Oh!
I'm going home.
I haven't watched it. I'm not gonna lie.
Have you not? Have you watched it at all this season?
This season,
Okay, have you watched it at all this
I've not
week?
watched any seasons.
Okay, so there's
It
one.
was about as useful as Big Brother.
I can't stand Big Brother.
I don't get it.
Neither do
I
I.
don't get it. It
But I
just-
still watch it.
I
Why?
don't.
Why would
I
you
watched
enter
1.5
a game
episodes.
show to make yourself look silly?
Instant fame,
I
though, isn't it?
think. But is it?
But they all come out of it with.
It's not though. The only people that I've ever seen get famous from it was Molly May and
Well,
Tommy Fury.
they'll all have some sort of social media career afterwards.
That's
The only person I didn't understand was why he went on it was the PE teacher, because he wasn't even a proper
and he's
PE
lost
teacher.
his job as a PE
He's
teacher
just
now.
he's in his final year of training,
Yeah.
so he's just finished uni and he's done his PGC for the past 4 years just to go on this show to lose it all because he's never going to be able to teach again.
Yeah, and the school confirmed like 3 days after the first episode
He's not
that
gonna-
he's not going to be returning to that
He's
school.
never going to be able to go and teach in a school after this. So
Well, it depends on how bad it goes for him. If it goes to the point
he's just wasted
where
4
he's
years
getting
of his life.
smashed and
They can't. They've
humping on TV.
I mean, it just. I don't know. I mean, maybe I've just got, morals. I don't really know. But it just seems. I don't know.
I think, to be fair, it's a free holiday.
Maybe I'm
Get
just
on
getting
TV.
old.
You go and have a free holiday away from everyone for months.
But then you're dealing with. How many contestants are there?
Well, it starts
5 or
off.
6
It starts off
boys
with
and girls.
10.
So you're.
It starts off with 10, and then they keep adding people and then taking people away.
Yeah.
It's just
So I just think like that many egos thrown together is like it's just a recipe for disaster.
There was a
and I
really
guess that's why they get the ratings. Is
it
because of that.
used to be really good. I think it's getting worse.
There's a bit that would do him proud, though. There was a woman that dropped the C bomb.
It's disgusting. Words.
Really?
Yeah.
Disgusting.
So
I haven't watched it.
it went this week as when they first came in. This guy coupled up with this girl. He then didn't speak to her at all.
Wait, who?
Brad.
Oh yeah.
He didn't talk to her at all for like the first 3 days.
Yeah.
Then he took her aside to have a chat, saying, "Look, I'm not into you." And then she starts shouting abuse at him, and then calls him a,
Wow.
and then just walks off. And in the way he did it the wrong way, but she got the wrong impression as well. Like
How did he do it in the wrong way? I mean, like apart from just saying.
Well, the fact that he
I don't
didn't
think
talk
you're
to
right
her,
for me.
I don't think he didn't.
Well, they have to sleep when they're coupled up. They have to sleep in the same bed,
Yeah, it's really
and if you
weird.
don't even talk to them,
And they stayed in the same bed that night as well.
it's a bit weird. Oh, I
But-
feel so weird doing
It'd
that.
feel very, very awkward, wouldn't it? Just to.
Well, they've just technically broken up as well, and they're still sleeping in the same bed with each other. Ideally, I'd have just gone to the doghouse.
I'd gone.
There's a fold-out bed called the
Yeah.
doghouse.
Okay.
I would have just gone and slept in there, or on a sofa.
Yeah.
But anyway, the only reason I wanted to bring that up is because there's a person on there that reminds us of one of our players.
You messaged me and said.
I said it.
Are you?
Did
are
you actually
actually
see what I'm saying though?
Sort of.
It's
Kind of. If I looked into it.
so there's a girl on
What's her
there,
name on it?
Sharon.
Sharon.
I haven't said it to the player in question yet, but there's a girl on there called Sharon. To me, she sounds a lot like Jess, and she looks a bit like Jess as well.
Okay. You
I
got a
think-
photo.
You...
Poor Jess. She's better than that. She's a much better person than any of my.
If she's
final
coming,
contestant.
is she coming? Is Jess coming tomorrow? Coming to trials?
Uh,
I may mention it to her tomorrow. Just come to her, all right, Sharon? She
See,
she must watch it.
I kind of see it.
Yeah, I kind of see it. Obviously, like, you know, neck up.
Well, if you put some, if you
I'm
put
an
some
upstanding citizen and
Is that
and a
better?
coach.
Is that better?
That's better. Yeah. Yeah, I do see it. I see
Yeah?
what you mean. To a point.
It's the fact she
Um,
sounds like her as well, which is what gets me. If I'm not
See,
watching,
I haven't heard her speak. Let me.
because I haven't.
She didn't drop the C-bomb, did she?
No, she didn't. She,
Oh, okay.
to be fair, she just started getting off with some random guy when he was with
She's
someone
really,
else.
This
Wow.
girl's really posh though.
She works in politics. She's
She's like a
she does
government-
admin for Brexit.
Oh, that says it all then, doesn't it, really?
She's from Oxford.
That says it
Oh god,
Sam.
how was a football podcast now all of a sudden start talking about Love
Well, I've got
Island?
her up so I can hear her voice.
You've got her up.
all. Wow. Warning, this may contain
I'm
idiots.
25 years old, I'm a civil servant and I'm from Oxford. So at the moment I work as an operations lead for the Department of Transport.
No
working
comment.
on networks. In my past life, outside of work.
Wow.
See, I don't know if I see it or not.
When she's not doing that, when she's actually talking to someone, it sounds a bit more like it rather than when it's staged.
Poor Jess. Jess is a much better person than that.
She's probably much smaller as well.
I don't know. I don't. It's the first time I've seen her, if I'm honest. And, like, you know, first impressions, I saw her picture in a bikini. It's. I mean,
Oh god,
yeah.
I'm laughing so much my side hurts.
So you're still watching this program, are you?
I've
It's
got
still
to.
on?
I'm still watch. I need to watch last night's episode when
Wow.
you all go.
Oh, wow, you're actually willing to record it.
No, I didn't record it. So it'll be on catch up somewhere.
It's on ITV Player.
I'm not doing myself any justice, am I?
You're
No.
not,
No. I'm losing a lot of respect that I didn't have anyway.
Huge amount of
I
respect.
don't watch. I don't have the time to watch it.
No, Lily's already out with her missus now.
Oh,
I shout every night, isn't she?
She's a dirty
I
stop
see,
out.
I see.
sorry. What did you just say?
I see all the social media. Like,
Yeah.
What did
She's
you
always,
say?
she's always
What's
on
your dirty
Insta.
stop out?
Wow.
You clearly haven't seen her Snapchats then.
No. You know what? I don't even remember the last time I logged into Snapchat.
You have Snapchat?
Please
Yeah.
get Snapchat.
It's on my phone.
Please.
It's on my phone and I'm logged in.
Please
But
make a
I don't
Snapchat
remember
account.
the last time I watched. The last time I used Snapchat was when Ollie decided that he wanted to use the filters.
I can imagine you
I
on
could just
Snapchat.
imagine Leon just sending a picture of his face by mistake.
This.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have
Yeah.
even gone that. It's just like looking at it all intense like that, and it's
Yeah.
like, hi.
You know, the only thing that I really use, like I flick through Instagram and then I flick through Twitter and then Facebook. I tend to look at that just purely for, like, I don't know how to explain it. It's quite depressing, really, because, like, you you have like the community pages,
Yeah.
like, and it's like, you know, somebody moaning about a parked car, and then you have like this other person just going, "Oh, just shut up. If you don't like it, move out." You're like, well, it's a little bit harder than just moving out. I mean, legal fees, finding somewhere else, finding somewhere within your budget.
Yeah, it's not easy.
You
moving
know,
houses.
schools, amenities.
Yeah, Leon has to go back to school.
It's so no, I'm thinking like family, for
Yeah.
family, all because one car parked up on the curb for like an hour, and you just wanted to make someone aware of it, but then some idiot just has to go over the top, and it's people like that should never be on social media, really.
I've pretty much been off social media for nearly a year. I just don't post things anymore. I don't know why. I just sort of fell out of love with it.
Yeah.
But
it's so toxic.
doing
I
this
hate
is
it.
sort of something that I enjoy doing.
The only thing
Beforehand.
I've been doing recently is
Cleaning driveways.
is retweeting mystery kits in the hope that maybe I might be a winner and get a mystery kit.
Oh, Mystery Kit. I thought you said Mystery
Yeah,
Kids.
yeah. Check them out on
You're going to
Twitter.
get another kid.
Check them out on Twitter. They're worth having a look at.
You've got to be in it to win it.
Yeah, name drop.
Can't do that. We're not sponsored by them.
And Capture Master because
Oh, that's-
just,
yeah.
cause
I tried following.
just because I like what they do.
I tried to get a sponsorship with Jessop's years ago.
Oh yeah,
Didn't work. Didn't even acknowledge me.
are they still around?
Yeah, there was one in Cambridge.
Oh,
What is
really?
it?
It was a
Right.
camera shop.
Oh yeah, of course.
I was trying to get them to supply maybe a camera because that one that's filming me is ancient now.
Hmm.
I've had that since I've been in the screen's fallen out of it twice.
That's doing alright.
It's not cracked yet because it's on me.
Does the job.
Yeah.
You know.
Thank God, I'm hidden from that one.
Huh? Yeah, you're hidden from that one, but I get the feeling my head's going to be in the way on that
Oh,
one.
thank God. Thank God. But, yeah, that's me. Generally pretty boring.
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah,
Did you just say, yeah, you're
Yeah, she
pretty
agreed.
boring?
she agreed.
No, did you say it to him?
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
I only look at her Instagram to brighten my day up.
Oh. Alright. Thank God I'm an adult. That's all I'm saying.
Well, you did want to adopt her as a child.
It's all sunsets and look at my lovely friends and relationships and Jesus.
Yeah, to be fair, her life is more interesting than
I
both of
smell
ours probably put together.
Jealousy.
No jealousy.
Leah's just like not allowed out after dark anymore.
No jealousy.
As soon as it hits
Yeah.
6 PM, I'm stuck inside.
That's summertime. Gets
Gets
darker, a lot lighter, a lot longer.
Sorry.
A lot lighter,
Later.
a lot later. Yeah. I'm allowed out past 6 now.
So it's been moved to 6:10.
That's some of us have
Or like 7.
multiple jobs and
I've
Gotta keep the bar clean.
multiple jobs.
can't just go wandering out around the fields willy nilly and
It's opposite my house. It's not even that far.
unbelievable.
I'm so glad I live around this area now.
I like where I live. It's nice.
I don't even know where I am. Where am I?
In the sticks. Like, this is like your bit, but with a few
This is
more
Cambridge,
houses.
but not Cambridge.
This is just outside Cambridge.
Mm.
Yeah, I think I went around the long way as well.
Which way did you come in?
M11, 4 to 8.
Yeah, you came a hell of a long way.
Yeah,
Bloody hell.
You came to the top of the
Nice.
village. I was expecting you to come in through the bottom.
yeah. I'm going to go out that because
That's
that takes
the
you
way
out towards
Go towards Kingston.
Bassingbourne, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the way I come to you, to your house.
That was it.
Yeah,
Which way?
Bassingbourne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Emma lives somewhere around.
Emma
there,
lives
doesn't she?
not the next road, but the road after behind.
How does she?
Yeah, I've had to drop her. I've dropped her off at home once before.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes I often see her running up and down the road when I'm on my way
When
out.
you're not.
Yeah, when I'm driving along, usually with some food in my hand or something like that.
Yeah.
You know,
So,
Nice.
living my best life.
Nice.
I think we should wrap this up now.
I think so. Yeah, we're just
Yeah,
drawing this out now.
We've not been talking about football
Yeah.
really. We've been talking for nearly an hour and 40 minutes, and it's.
I'm hungry.
I think we only spoke about football for about 10-15 minutes.
Dentistry is less painful.
Yeah. Don't you're going to be putting people off coming on. Jesus,
That's been an
man.
absolute pleasure. It's been an absolute pleasure. It's
That's,
been nice.
that's what I wanted to hear.
It's been quite a nice Saturday morning, really.
Yeah, it'd only been better if the sun was out.
Well, it would be, yeah, but
And I could have had a bit of a longer lay-in. I
Mm.
was a bit tired.
yeah. What time did you get up? 10?
9:30.
9:30. Oh.
What time did you get home? 2.
What, last night?
Yeah.
No, I actually went to bed about 11 last night. I didn't get out of bed until about 9:30, 9:45.
Oh, where they ever half live.
Although, to be fair, this is the first time we've been able to do this. It's only the second time we've done it. But Wilson hasn't interrupted.
No,
I can just keep hearing.
I keep hearing him biting the bars and having a drink
occasional
and
scratch. Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I think we should end now.
Mm.
Thanks for coming on, Leon.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me.
Maybe we'll have you back another day.
Oh,
That'd be
please
nice.
no.
An absolute pleasure. I'd love to come back.
We
I
might.
won't be
I think next time we bring him back, we bring him on with someone else.
Yeah.
Probably Batesy. They can
Oh my
argue with each
God.
other. Batesy's #1 fan of this podcast.
Who's Basie's #1 fan?
No, Batesy's #1 fan of this.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh,
She
I like
messaged me.
Basie.
She messaged me after watching the first one. And go, hope you didn't talk about me not coming on. Because I said at one point there's some people I want on it, there's some people I don't want on it. She goes, I hope I wasn't on the list about people not coming on.
Oh, bless her. Oh.
I said, no, you're on there. You're just not high as a list as some other people.
So I'm higher up the list than Batesy.
Yeah.
No, you were just like the one we were like sat there.
We need
going,
someone.
oh my
We
God.
need someone quick. Who's not going to be doing
Who's
anything?
gonna be
Oh,
most-
call Leon.
Have
We
that,
were
Batesy.
desperate.
Have that, Batesy. I'm higher than you.
We were just desperate.
You weren't. You were desperate to get me on for my witty charm.
Witty charm. Bloody hell.
That's not what we just said.
But yeah. Anyway, thank you. Thank you for coming on again, Lil. Well, you're here every time now. There's no
Bad
getting
smell.
on. What?
Like a bad smell.
I wouldn't say a bad smell. Just not a great smell.
I'll take that. I'll take that. No, it's
Not
just
as nice as that over there. I mean, that's
it keeps
very-
making my
very
noise.
floral.
But yeah, so this is the end of episode 2. Special guest was, well, very special guest was Leon.
Thank you.
Very
Appreciate
special.
it.
Next time, I think I've got someone else lined up for the next one. First team player, not coach. I'll let you guess who it could be.
Okay.
No, none of that made sense.
Oh, my head's gone.
It will be a surprise.
It'll be a surprise for everyone watching, but I will tell you two once we stop recording. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye.